Hey YouTubers! Now where do I even begin? I just built something so crazy that I'm almost afraid to use it. So this is my 40-watt laser shotgun. And to put things in perspective, my homemade lightsaber video that went viral a few years ago, that was 3 watts and this thing is 40. So we're going to do some utter destruction today. Now the heart of this laser shotgun is this 40-watt blue laser diode array that shoots 8 parallel 5-watt laser beams. And I strapped it to that big heatsink there. And then the battery is a giant lithium polymer battery pack, and then I'm using 24 LM317 drivers. And then I added a moth for good measure. Dangerous is an understatement for this thing. There's no good reason for anybody to own something this powerful. But because it wasn't illegal for me to build, I decided to build it anyway. Alright, let's start with something easy. Here's some paper with a close range lens. Some trimethylborate and methanol solution. Here's some black powder. A ping pong ball. Some flash paper. A piece of wood. Hey everybody! So recently this new laser diode hit the market, which is a 2.5 watt red laser. But the interesting thing about it is it's supposed to spit out 2 laser beams. So I found that really interesting, so I went ahead and bought one. So yeah, today I'm going to build this into this host and have some fun. The parts that I'll be using to build this are definitely suboptimal, but it's all I have on hand, so I'm going to have to make it work. Now this is the Mini Saber host, so it's a host I really like. It uses 2 AA's. And then this is my laser diode and module, and these are my buck drivers, the X-Drive. I'll be using one of those. So yeah, this is what I'll be using to build the laser. It turns out that the X-Drive doesn't seem to work on anything less than 4 volts, which means that my planned configuration is not going to work out. So I'll probably just power this laser directly off this power supply. So oh well. Now I have the laser directly hooked up to the power supply. And as you can see, when I feed it some juice, it spits out a lot of red light. But it's not directly apparent from this raw output that's spitting out 2 beams. So I'll stick a lens on it and see what happens. So I put a lens on the front to focus the output, and as you can see it's spitting out 3 beams. That is the weirdest thing. I've never seen anything like it before. Very cool. What cool things can you do with a 3-beam laser? How about lighting 3 matches at once? Awesome. On the right is my 5-watt 650 nanometer laser, then on the left is my new tri-beam laser. Even though the one on the right is much stronger, they're about the same brightness simply because of the eye sensitivity to 638 nanometers, which is the laser on the left. So yeah, this is pretty cool. I'm honestly curious about what the application is for some weird laser like this with such crappy beam specs and 3 beams. I'm not sure, it's probably just an efficient red light source. Hi YouTube, I apologize for the lack of videos lately, but I'm going to try making up for that today. What I got here is called an Attacknid. It's a remote control robot that shoots foam darts and discs, can walk around, and is supposed to battle other robots. It's actually a really well designed toy, but I think you know where I'm going with this. It needs more death ray lasers. So I pulled off the Attacknid attachments and tested the contacts with a multimeter, and I got 6 volts. Which should, hopefully, be enough to power up this big-ass 2-watt blue laser diode. So, we'll give that a shot. So I ripped the top off one of these attachments, and as you can see right there, there's the 2 wires that I'm going to power the laser with. This should be easier than expected. Here I soldered the laser assembly to those 6-volt lead wires. As you can tell, this thing is pretty terrifying. I also added a little 5mW red laser sight there. Well, I think we're about ready to give the drone bot a try, but first, gotta wear these. I don't want to go blind. Always protect your seeing balls. So here goes nothing. Alright, it can move around. Check. It can elevate. Check. And, oh, it can shoot a death ray laser beam. Check. Alright, let's see what this thing can destroy. Well everybody, that's about it, but I hope you liked the video. This is definitely my scariest creation to date, I would have to say. Be sure to subscribe to my channel for more videos like this, and until the next video, stay safe and happy lasing. Hey YouTubers, have any of you ever wanted a drone bot that had like a really strong laser gun on it, but also had a camera and a radio transmitter so you could control it from really far away distances? Well, I want one too, so I think I'm going to build one. Just like my last death ray drone bot, I'm going to use this Attacknid as the robot base, along with this 2-watt blue laser diode for the gun. But also, I'm going to use a camera with this radio transmitter and this radio receiver. After a painstaking amount of troubleshooting, it turns out that the camera that Hobby King sent me is fried. So, I'm going to try wiring my old digital camera up to that transmitter. Alright, what I'm going to try to do is splice these inputs for the receiver right onto the video output of that camera cable. So I simply soldered the output from that camera to the input of that transmitter, and let's give it some juice. Sweet, it works. Now I can strap this on the robot. So now I got this scary device all wired up. This camera feeds into that transmitter right there, which is picked up on the TV by a receiver, and then I got this laser gun which is controlled by that nifty little red button. Alright, it's time to give the drone bot a preliminary run. But first, gotta put on these to protect my seeing balls. Alright, let's give this a go. Alright, it moves around. Sweet, and does it shoot the laser? Of course it does. Now let's test out that laser gun. Sweet. Alright, now for the final test. I'm going to try running this from a different room. Sweet. It's like a video game, except actual things are being destroyed. Well, that's about it for today's video, but be sure to subscribe and check out my other videos. Until the next time, stay safe and happy lasing. Hey YouTubers! So today I'm going to show you what I think is one of the coolest DIY laser projects out there. I'm going to take this old broken computer and turn it into a burning laser. And this project is so awesome because it's resourceful, it's really fun, and it's cheap. So I hope you like today's video. So the parts for this build are actually really cheap. So I got this broken computer for free. Then I'll be using this Axis module, this LM317 chip, this resistor, and that only cost a few bucks really. And then in the case that this computer does not have a DVD burner in it, I'll be using this cheap laser diode. So yeah, it's a very cheap build. So I ripped apart the computer there, and my computer did not have a DVD burner, which really isn't that big of a deal. But I will be using that power supply there, and of course those heat sinks, and then I'll find some other project for that fan and the CD drive. Alright, I'm going to start by getting this computer power supply working to my needs. So I'm going to need a black wire, a green one, a red one, and a yellow one, and then really I can just clip the rest of them off, so I think I'll do that. Alright, so I tied the green and black wires together to keep the power supply on, and then I tested the red and yellow wires there, and I have a potential of about 7 volts across those leads. So this power supply is ready to go. So now I'm going to build the driver here, which is really just as simple as soldering this 3 ohm resistor across these 2 leads right there. And that's it. That was easy. So this is where the positive output will go to the laser diode, and that is the input from the computer power supply. I went ahead and strapped that heatsink I got from the computer to that LM317 chip, and then I soldered the yellow wire to the LM317 input. So now that I'm done working on that power supply, I get to mess with the laser diode now. So for computers that do have DVD burners in them, they have this part in it that contains a laser diode. So all I gotta do is extract that laser diode. So this is what the extracted laser diode looks like. This is what we call an open can laser diode, and they're very, very fragile. They break really easily. So luckily I have a few extras on hand, because they're really cheap actually. So now I just press that laser diode into the Axis module, and I'm going to solder some leads from the laser diode to the driver. So now the laser diode has some leads attached to it, so now I just need to attach this to the driver. So now the laser is almost complete. I have the yellow lead from the power supply going to the input of the driver, and then the output of that goes to the positive lead of the laser diode, and then the negative lead of the laser diode hooks up just directly to this red wire here. So now all I have to do is strap it to the heatsink. Now to use this heatsink, all that needs to be done is to drill a half-inch hole straight through it. But to save myself a few minutes, I'm just going to use this other heatsink that I have already drilled through. So optimally, I could have added some thermal compound there, but it's not like it's going to be producing that much waste heat, so I'm not going to bother. So that's actually it. Let me go grab my laser goggles and we'll power this thing on. So here's the laser powered on. As you can see, it's really powerful. The power is probably about 250 milliwatts or so. You know, it's really crazy that you can build a laser like this for so cheaply and from such available parts. Alright, it's time to test this thing's burning ability. Here are a couple matches. Some flash paper. Some electrical tape, and some ferrocerium. So all in all, this is a pretty cool build. It's easy to make, it's cheap, it's resourceful, it's a fun laser. Alright everyone, thanks for watching, and be sure to check out my other videos. Until the next time, stay safe and happy lasing.
Hello, in this video I have the 4.4 watt handheld, and I'm going to demo it burning some stuff. There's two things you always want to have when you're dealing with a high powered laser that burns stuff. You always want to have a fire extinguisher, and you always want to have laser safety eyewear. Now, then I'll get right to it. So, I've got a variety of things here. I've got a binder cover, I've got some thin black plastic. I didn't want to just light a match, I wanted to do something different, so I brought a whole matchbox. There's wood, there's a laser pointer case, some white paper, and fabric. So, yeah. So, as you can see right there, it's instantly putting a mark in the wood from a good distance away. pops a balloon. It's putting a hole straight through the black plastic. It's burning that. Burns black cardboard. Pretty much instantly burns through black foam. Now white paper is going to be a little bit harder because it's white, but it still burns quite well. I just didn't want that to go everywhere, so put some water to put it out. And it cuts through black fabric pretty well. And here, let's just ignite the whole matchbox. So yeah, as you can see, it burns quite well, just like any other laser, but a little bit more so because it's 4 watts. And that's it for the video.
Right, you ready for a bit more action then, guys? Eh? I think we need to burn up a couple of little bits with that laser, and then that'll be the last video of us burning stuff, and then we should take it apart and enjoy the contents of it. Shall we crack on and see what we can do with my BlackBerry? Eh? Let's do it. Right, let's turn this thing on then, shall we? Patience, guys, it's just booting up. Now then, we don't want gas. Position ID, well that has to be photonic induction. Patient ID, oh, Professor Nut Nut. Now, what shall we have? I think we go for 100 watts, what do you reckon? 100 watts output. Continuous wave? Oh, I think so. Let's go. Right, here it is. I think that'll blow a hole in it. Easy. Yes. Can it destroy my BlackBerry? Shall we see what happens? You ready, boys? Oh dear, there's a hole in my phone, dear photon. Oh dear. Oof. I popped it. Smells nice. I wonder what we can burn with it.
You want them recycled, didn't you?
Let's see if we can do a little bit of paper.
What put the cushion up the way?
What, burn the cushion?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to be in trouble.
You're going to get a holiday.
Yeah, do you think I'll be in trouble?
Nah, whose cushion is it?
Is that recording?
I don't know.
Yeah. Right, here we go.
I mean,
That's pants.
oh dear, here we go.
It's off target, isn't it?
It certainly is. Let's see what I say.
There's a magnifying glass.
Yeah.
You can hold it with your hand.
Well, that one.
Ooh.
Oh,
Come here, do it. Oh dear. Yeah. On. Off.
fine tonight. Oh, here he comes. His favourite chair.
Oh, the smoke in it.
I know, he's usually quick coming down. Come on in. Oh, yes.
Where's that magnifying glass?
Magnifying glass. Oh, there. Gas mask.